my archive. This is where I keep my post.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in...
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow. Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation. First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared. This map will be useful.
What should we do next, Holmes? This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. Railway sleepers. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you were Mr. Holmes, the great...
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the...
Could you please give us any detail?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. However, if you need it, you can have the train come...
See you later, my good man. Railway post bags.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train to...
This part is probably from a locomotive. An old locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a...
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this. here is the train set. A telegraph. According to the train composition,
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows.
that is important information.
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my response.
Was there anything exceptional?
What do you mean? Like a but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because...
That is... You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should...
Of course, it's a suburban railway station.
See you later, my good man.
The entire...
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Railway post bags.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No...
Please calm down, sir.
Concern? What is... Last night I were on the train as usual with my... Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector who started arguing that our tickets were invalid.
Were you aboard the train?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our ticket... And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of
Can you recall anything?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs.
Goodbye, sir.
It's a scandal! An absolute outrage!
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not...
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special...
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype? I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared.
Mr. Robinson, could you please...
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot! You will pay for it! I will sue you!
The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company. A telegraph. The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How...
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor's...
Do not worry. I have only... Station Master Everett from Evesham told...
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand. Apart from the passengers disembarking...
I did. And I mentioned it in my...
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station...
Confidential, you say?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
That is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Holmes, how is it even possible for a train...
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh,
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you.
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype, and this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Don't touch anything, please.
railway post bags. This gripsack belongs...
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what...
Of course. Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully. An exclusive sales... Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract. Yet another... Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Locked.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
A fishing advertisement.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code. How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains...
By his... Wake up, please, sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of... Were there any passengers who got off that particular...
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were...
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you must...
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Station Master...
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
A telegraph. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. Bags were recently... French? What? These bottles are too expensive for a station master's way.
Shameful. This Robinson fellow seems suspicious to me.
These tools were used quite recently. Railway post bags. You have quite a...
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should...
I meant, what were...
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water...
Who?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink, and whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening. Ah, will I ever get any peace?
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion...
Well, we both know that that is obvious.
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
I should use the appropriate I should use the... I should... I should use the appropriate... I should use the appropriate... So, Now here we have the fake train that we...
Doesn't look much like a train.
Be patient, Watson. Try using your imagination. Our train requires... We need to attach a headlight. We need to attach a headlight. I need something long for the headlight. I need something... The long pole is now attached.
Holmes, what can we...
It is elementary, my dear Watson. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here. The steam whistle is ready. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed...
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly. Here it is. There is a side branch to the railway. Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station. This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if needed. It is fortunate that we took it with us.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
Holmes, look. There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here. Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map...
How should I know? I only arrived here a few...
And where did you work?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper.
Did any passengers leave or...
No. I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by...
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake. Railway post bags. This post bag belongs to... The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
A funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not. This... A greenish-brown cigar with a strong... Ricardo...
You already know the name of this man?
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a This ashtray is full of... Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the Chileans. This ashtray is full... A greenish-brown cigar with a... These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a...
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand. There was a gentleman of Mexican origin.
What? A Mexican?
Goodbye, sir.
You'll find nothing interesting here.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster station. It doesn't look like a very good... These... Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a This place was abandoned fairly recently. Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached. A label with the name Ma. The switch is rusted, but it still works. It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Here are the mines homes. This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
This is an information sign. It might contain some Watson, you are a gentleman.
And where is your own?
I haven't the faint.
Very well.
WEA, coal. These mines belong to them. The distance between the tracks is about 4 feet. A lightly loaded vehicle. There is a wooden beam, a small vehicle with wooden beams.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
My search should be focused upon the name Las Zarpas. My search should be focused upon... My search should be focused upon the name...
This mine has completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been... This is an unusual kind of paper. Let us look in. Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... What's...
Dynamite. I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
This... The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas. Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who flared our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Holmes, I don't understand. Why do you care so much about this business with the mines? What should we do next, Holmes?
Please, sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the...
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting
Lo siento.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone.
No, I just arrived from South...
A formidable journey, no doubt.
The chief.
Chile.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
Because of your cigars.
Sí, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico.
Pero not your...
I don't suppose that you are on vacation.
I was to meet my fellow compañeros. Where did you arrive yesterday? I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them. Or their bodies. It's
Who authorized you to do that?
the company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions!
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
Newspaper articles on horse racing, hurdle, steeplechase and flat race.
Betting slip. Betting slips for horse. The sums are...
It can be.
Here is his... I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small...
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your... An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the race.
Goodbye, sir.
Holmes, I don't understand. Why do you care so much about this business with the mines?
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. Let us... The switch is... The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The railway... There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would any...
It was disassembled in great haste.
All these trains and railway stations, Chileans, Mexicans, and Robinson with his prototype. Holmes, I'm utterly lost.
Traces, traces. Let's take a closer look. Nothing interesting. The distance between the tracks. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite... These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a... The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham. This road should lead...
All these trains and railway stations,
It appears that there was a small warehouse.
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago.
What was inside?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway.
See you later, my good man.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look.
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some... But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook...
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin...
I did not say that we had finished.
Well, all right.
Watson, we know that the Barkazas Company directors were drowned in the flooded quarry.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dive into the lake.
Huh. You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away. Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking, can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Holmes, I had to do it.
It is all right, Watson. He got what he deserved.
Oh my God! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence.
After I returned from Afghanistan, I vowed never to take another human life.
Watson, you did in fact save a life. You should focus on that. Now come, there is still much to do.